Yes, I know it's almost 4:30 in the morning, but I have the rest of the week off of work considering, technically tomorrow is Friday and the ADS was already closed as it was. So I thought, well, fuck it, let's take off Thursday as well. So therefore, that gave me enough time to do what has been in works for the past few months since, middle, late spring, when we were still in, excuse me, spring is in the air, the 2022 TV Megamix of This Is Us and NCIS to support Olivia Sanabia, Coop and Cami, the people who are on shows past, present, old, new that I watch on a full-time basis. I was supporting in these one-off, like I am with all my celebrity friends. So on This Is Us, a show that just ended its run after so many seasons, I was supporting Olivia Sanabia, who played McKenna, the babysitter. For those of you who know me with my passion for these shows and the people on them, she was Charlotte Rather on Disney Channel's Coop and Cami in 2019 and 2020. I think it started in 2018, but that was before because the Kim Possible movie hadn't come out yet. And that live action movie was responsible for giving me Coop and Cami when Sadie Stanley did a one-off and then Sierra Riley Wilson became a partial full-time character. So therefore, I was supporting Olivia on This Is Us, and she did a hell of a job as the babysitter. And then on NCIS was where the true Megamix came. We had Daniel DiMaggio, Matt Sato play the half brothers, Noah and Zach, and then we had Brea Bee, play the mother, Daniel DiMaggio, American Housewife, Oliver Otto, Matt Sato, I think was Spenders, if I'm not mistaken, on Nickelodeon Side Hustle, and of course we all know Brea Bee as basically a fictional and a real person. So the Brea Bee that was the TV Brea Bee is played by the same Sadie Stanley that was live action Kim Possible, and that fictional gymnastic Tracy, and that's the TV Brea Bee on the Goldbergs. Well, the real Brea Bee was playing her real life mother. Oh my god, I haven't thought about the Goldbergs in a while because it's summer and I usually don't think about this stuff, so I need to look this shit up. So let me get this straight like Scott Pruitt. The real life Brea Bee plays her real life mother, Vicky Bee, on the Goldbergs. Well, the fictional TV version of the real life Brea Bee is played by the same actress who played live action Kim Possible when my Jerry Nadeau Joe Nemechek 25th birthday in 2019 in the Kim Possible live action movie, and also plays that fictional gymnast on Coop and Cami, Tracy. So the real life Brea Bee, who plays her mother of Vicky on the Goldbergs, played Mrs. Richer, the mother of Noah and Zach in NCIS, and all of them did a hell of a job. All of them did, and of course we know Teri Polo played Julia Perkins on The Big Leap on Fox, and he played the role as Vivian, Alden Parker's ex-wife. So therefore, not to mention, but I was watching mainly for those guys. I was mainly watching for Olivia, Charlotte Rather, Coop and Cami, Daniel DiMaggio, American Housewife, Oliver Otto, Matt Sato, Spender, Side Hustle, Brea Bee, Vic, playing her real life mother on the Goldbergs, Lucas Teri Polo, Julia Perkins on The Big Leap. But the real star of the show, Cay Ryan Murray as Teagan, the girl that ended up getting, scammed and catfished by some old redneck fart named Jason Samuel. Like, oh my god, I can't believe she fell for that. And how did she not get in trouble with the law? Amazes me. It's like how she did break the law, but the reason why she got away with it because it wasn't her fault. That old redneck bastard kind of tricked her. But luckily they were able to use her assistance to catch the son of a bitch. But anyway, Cay Ryan Murray, it's what's good. It's Mark Oliveras here. You gained a new fan after seeing how much of a hell of a job you did in the role as Teagan. You tore that shit up like Tere Labonte. And I heard you're Sean Murray's daughter, so that's some good shit, even though I never really heard that name until tonight. But anyway, so I kind of give away my first opinion on what of the episode. So let's let's go over NCIS first while we're on that topic. So NCIS. So let's just say in my mind that Teagan, Zach, Noah, and was there a fourth person involved? Teagan was the girl that got scam catfish. Then we had the half brothers Noah and Zach. So yeah, they were basically like the NCIS version of Tim, Tony, and Manu. Breaking the law, but luckily somehow getting away with it. I'm not saying that Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili break the law. No, fuck no. I'm just saying there was like the NCIS is like the NCIS's big three as part of the TV Megamix, because I know all three. I know two of them, and I just met one of them, and one of them I'm already a new fan of. But of course, we have Brea Bee. Now, if you want to throw Brea Bee in there, playing, Mrs. Richards, Zach and Noah's mom, we can say they're the big three and a washed-up admiral from the 2002-2003 San Antonio Spurs team that helped that Duncan carried to the Spurs his second ring and the Spurs' second ring as a franchise. That 2003 team where Duncan carried a team of nobody. He was the only good player on that team, considering, Robinson was washed up in his last season. Parker was in his second year. People barely knew who he was. Ginobili was in his first year. Nobody knew who he was. Not even Spurs fans out, like even 8-9-year-old me didn't even know who he was. So therefore, had lots of vets at the end of their careers, lots of young guys who did not have that much experience in the NBA. So basically, Brea Bee, Daniel DiMaggio, Matt Sato, and Cay Ryan Murray was basically the NCIS version of the big three and the Admiral, and a washed-up Admiral on the 2002-2003 San Antonio Spurs team. So everybody did a hell of a job. Honest to God, with that party that Zach and Noah, that party Noah threw with his friends, I thought he was the one that was going to jail. I'm like, please don't send the former Oliver Otto to fucking jail. And luckily he didn't have to, because it wasn't him that broke in. And we thought that his half brother Zach was going to prison, because I thought he was actually going to drive away and try to drive away, but no, he was trying to run over the lady, the NCIS agent. I don't really watch NCIS on a full-time basis. I'm only watching this to support these people from these shows I know, like as a TV Megamix, and I gained someone, one of the guest stars gained a new fan out of it, which was Cay Ryan Murray. And then, Matt Sato's Zach, Zach's partner on screen, he went the other way, trying to run down the staircase, running from the cops, and of course we all know the shit didn't work. And I mean, Zach did not even go to jail, which is amazing. I'm glad, the suspenders didn't get arrested. I'm glad Oliver Otto didn't get arrested. Teagan was a big help. They the cops really were going to take her to jail before they realized, she was actually a good person, that was getting scammed, and, they used her help to, save the day. So that was fucking amazing. And, of course, Brea Bee just played the mother of Zach and Noah, trying to understand what how stupid their sons were being, even though they never went to jail, which was pretty fucking amazing. And then, of course, we have this is the Jeremy Mayfield installment with Brea, Kay, Daniel, and Matt. But then the Elliot Sadler installment saw Teri Polo as Alden Parker's ex-wife, and I think that was a cliffhanger, but I'm most likely not going to watch, that show coming in the next television season, because I never gave a shit about NCIS when it comes to watching it full time. But Teri Polo, she's there because, I love Julia on The Big Leap, and because of that, Teri treats me like a friend a real life friend on the internet, because of how supportive a fan I was of her. And, of course, her TV daughters, Maya Lou Lava and Paula Sophia Lava, Sophia and Olivia Perkins, her TV daughters. That's how much I'm beloved by Teri Polo. But I'm so glad that, Vivian was able to escape no problem from the kidnappers. And, of course, it was a mess for Alden, ex-wives, ex-partners, kidnappings, killings, that man had a fucking mess thrown in front of him. But for those who, from those who watch NCIS, I hope that they get a proper ending, and I hope the story goes, I hope you have, I don't know if they're ever getting a season 20. I didn't pay attention, but if they did, then I hope for the full-time fans, get a good 20th season and, get, the proper continuation story they deserve. And, but if Vivian's on there more, I wish Teri Polo nothing but the best. And, yeah, that's pretty much my take on NCIS. So everybody did a hell of a job. So bravo to Brea Bee, Daniel DiMaggio, Matt Sato, and Teri Polo, and of course the star of the show, Cay Ryan Murray. So awesome job to everyone at NCIS. Now we go to the what part we took care of first. This Is Us on NBC. Now this is a show I don't watch on a daily basis, but I'm not gonna. Well, the thing is, they ended their run too. One of the shows that had their run ended. I'm not going to talk much about it except for Olivia's parts. But before I get to Olivia's parts as McKenna the babysitter, I will say, one of the characters, Rebecca, taught me a new life lesson. And how crazy is that? Even the shows I don't watch on a full-time basis are giving me life lessons. You'll find out what it is when I say all the quotes, the outro speech at the end of the video. So anyway, Olivia Sanabia. It's been a while, young lady, since, Coop and Cami was quietly canceled by Disney Channel after 2 seasons, where we didn't know if it was getting a 3rd season until it was confirmed by Gabby Graves on TikTok that there would be no season 3. Kind of like how, Side Hustle's not getting a season 3, so I'm noticing a trend and pattern how Jaden Bartels, if you remember, played Peyton on that show. And then when, they did that episode where Peyton was moving away, so that way Jaden Bartels could leave to go work on Side Hustle on Nickelodeon, and after she left, Coop and Cami was quietly canceled, and then after 2 seasons, Jaden left Disney Channel to work on Nickelodeon, and that shit was canceled after 2 years. I'm not going to tag them in this video because it has nothing to do with them, but just a Coop and Cami connection, so that's why I'm the only reason I'm talking about them. So noticing a trend and pattern. But Olivia, it's been since 2020 since we last communicated. We used to communicate on a daily basis since Coop and Cami was on the air. I used to comment on every single post, but it's like we all go through different phases. I found new actors to talk to because of the fact that, there's other shows that have come to me that are still going strong even to this day. But it was nice to recross our paths again, like none of this ever happened. So here's my take on you did on as McKenna the babysitter. So therefore, McKenna seemed just as genuine on the show, just as Charlotte did on Coop and Cami, and Olivia does in real life. And the fact that I don't know all the characters on This Is Us. I know nothing about this show, but the parents that McKenna was going to babysit for, she was very understanding of the scenario with the babies and shit. I think this was like a flashback episode because even though the show is a modern show, in the show's universe, it takes place in like older times. Instead of taking place in modern times like all the other modern shows do, it took place in older times from when maybe the years I was young or the years before when I didn't exist. So therefore, they were like toddler and kid versions of the main characters, which was cool. But the parents were late to their little event. They were going to go together, and McKenna was ready to babysit the child, and they said the man let the wife go to the event by herself, considering, someone had to take care of the kids. And what if McKenna, not saying McKenna was a bad babysitter, what if McKenna didn't know, and I'm not saying she would have fucked it up like Fabrizio Alberto, but what if she didn't know what to do? So that's why the dad said, I'll stay home and watch, the baby. And McKenna's like, thank God. It's like the first time I've heard Olivia, outside of Coop and Cami, use like an adult, targeted word, because, on Coop and Cami, she would say, gosh, because it's Disney Channel, it's targeted towards children. But since it's NBC, it's, public, major television, she can say without that shit she wants. Plus, she's 19 now, so she can say whatever she wants, and she doesn't work on Disney Channel no more. So, although to be fair, I don't know why I'm making a big deal of it. That's nothing. Her getting, someone like Olivia Sanabia saying God is nothing compared to if, she would have said a bad word, expletive like the S word or the something that was PG-13, they're a swear word they're allowed to use as long as PG-13, keep a killer. It's enough to keep PG-13, like the S word or the A word or the B word, I have yet to hear Olivia Sanabia say any of those words. I mean, I already heard Isabella Papa saying a word like that when we were doing a video call because of the Billy Badass nickname I gave her on Villains of Valley View. But that's a whole different scenario. We're going to save for maybe technically tomorrow. But yeah, Olivia Sanabia did a hell of a job as McKenna. So it looked like McKenna didn't need to do any babysitting whatsoever for that child. So she was very lucky. I mean, I wish we would have got to see more scenes, scenes out of her and see her babysit the child, but you can't always get what you want, so therefore, and the dad was able to put the kid down to sleep, no problem, and, he and the wife were able to, resolve their problem like it was nothing. Once, she got back from the event and got back home. So, therefore, the TV Megamix did not disappoint. This Is Us and NCIS. Congratulations on This Is Us on an incredible run. And NCIS, I don't know if they got a season 20 or not, but regardless, I'm wishing the cast and crew all the best going forward. And I look forward to following Daniel DiMaggio, Brea Bee, Matt Sato, and their next, one-off guest appearance, their next adventure in general. And I look forward to maybe supporting Cay Ryan Murray in future upcoming projects that she's in. But anyway, so therefore, on the Thursday lineup, we got the Dale Sr. Austin Dillon installment of That Girl Lele on Nickelodeon, where we get to meet Elijah Cooper's character, Kobo, after our time outside. So instead of doing the reaction videos outside, you got to keep, as Million Little Things taught us this past season, you have to trust your instincts. So if we go outside tomorrow, we have to keep a rhythm going, and then we can just watch Lele on the DVR after we park the bus, We don't have to do a reaction video. Like, we are pressuring ourselves to do reaction videos outside. So, and Tiffany, Kensington Salmon's character returns, and speaking of Kensington Salmon, I'm thinking about, trying the little triple header thing, giving another shot, the triple header that was supposed to be for Stephanie Shostak, Albert Sy, Chris Peterson, Kensington Salmon last year. Maybe this time, last year was just the Alvarez family picnic, but this time we wouldn't have. The thing is, their birthdays this year basically is the first week of August, and the first week of August they're at MIS, so I'm considering it. Maybe I can just get it all done before we go to MIS, but I'll figure it out. I will figure something out, but anyway, that's a conversation we're going to save for when August begins. So therefore, so Friday, with the usual Villains of Valley, then Thursday night presentations, it's probably going to have to wait. So therefore, I was going to do it if, the stuff with me and Haley went down, but I remember I said if you didn't see a video on it, you would know why. But we won't be seeing it this week because that's not the reason. Because the reason is I'm not going in technically later today. So, but later today we'll probably do something outside. I doubt we'll get a YouTube video recorded because we have to do that or Lele. But and Friday we have to do the usual bunked Villains of Valley View, Ultraviolet Black Scorpion content. But the weather's looking promising for Saturday, so maybe we'll do a Tim Duncan Can I Recreate episode on Saturday or something. Or maybe technically later today, but I'm looking into doing more real life NBA Jam on Tim Duncan Can I Recreate. So if I can do Tim Duncan Can I Recreate technically later today before That Girl Lele, then we'll do real life NBA Jam on Saturday. But if we do but the thing is, if we do Tim Duncan Can I Recreate on Saturday instead with more time, then real life NBA Jam can happen tomorrow. But we'll figure it all out. But Sunday, I don't think the weather's looking all that promising, but I'm not watching Pocono. So if we can't go outside on Sunday due to inclement weather, and it's not as bad as it was this past Sunday, then we'll watch David Arnold's Netflix special 8 for the week to see how it turned out. Maybe see if I made it in there. And yes, I will be reacting to that too. So Have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Life will give you a lot of lows, but when you hit a high, enjoy it. It ain't for the weak. Goddamn, be you. You have to try harder to do less. You can't deport a dream. Sometimes the worst things in life lead to the best things. Always bet on the side of love. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Sometimes you just got to be present. You never fail until you stop trying. It never pays to worry too much about things. We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. And it's never too late to turn the day around. So take care, everyone. Good night. Well, technically, it's almost morning, but fuck it. I will see you all for a potential episode of Tim Duncan That Can I Recreate or Real Life NBA Jam, whichever one comes first, whichever technically today or Saturday. And then, of course, regardless, we'll have the Dale Sr. Austin Dillon installment of That Girl Lele later, technically later on tonight. And then, of course, in between technically later today and, this coming Saturday, we have the usual Bunked Villains of Olivia Sanabia Black Scorpion content, and Sunday, the David A. Arnold Netflix special, weather permitting. But if somehow it clears up by the time Sunday gets here, then we'll probably do a little bonus upload on Sunday in the neighborhood. So see you later, everyone.